Receiving simulator transmission. Uploading transmitted feed. Initializing playback sequence. Alright Seipher, we're ready.
Hey everyone, Seipher here, and welcome back to Seipher Plays Pokémon Ruby Nuzlocke. In the last episode, we made our way through Route 114 to Meteor Falls, where we encountered Team Magma accosting a local professor, Professor Cosmo, for a meteorite. They were unfortunately able to get away after we teamed up with after Team Aqua showed up, their lifelong rivals, and we ended up giving chase to them to Mount Chimney, where we ended up facing off against them before finally clashing with their boss, Magma Leader Maxie. However, it did come at a cost. We did end up losing one of our teammates in the form of Pika. However, I'm not as sad about that. He had basically fulfilled his purpose in helping us take down Watson. He would have been nice for what's coming up ahead, but I didn't really feel that bad about losing him. There are plenty of other ground types that we could have, and honestly, if it had been anyone else, it probably would have hurt more, but we'll be okay, I think. In terms of what we've done, you can probably see from the sidebar that I've changed around my team quite a bit. I've added Shogo, the Zangoose, who is actually very good. Despite having a sassy nature, which increases his special defense and decreases his speed, he's actually very powerful. He actually has an IV, an attack that's perfect, 31, and a speed IV of 28, so that is rather great. It doesn't matter that his nature is bad for speed. He has pretty much the stats to go against it. I also ended up finding a King's Rock while I was training him up off screen, which is a 1% chance from a 10% pickup from Sly Cooper, who I've also gotten rid of, because I figure I might as well have Shogo, and I wanted to have at least a temporary team member in the form of Cujo, who I figured kind of makes sense since in my original run, Machop was the one I lost to Maxie's camera up to and its magnitude, so could be useful. Serious nature, so neutral nature, decent moves, but I don't think he'll be sticking around long term. I've basically just gotten everybody trained up, and we're going to be seeing to it that they get what they need done. Anyway, we're going to start things off by going to this house here, because this is actually Professor Cosmos' house, and if you recall, we picked up the meteorite from that machine that Maxie was using previously, and we're going to talk to him now to return it. Oh, I never should have let myself be conned into telling Team Magma where you can find meteorites. That meteorite from Meteor Falls, it's never going to be mine now. Oh? Huh? That item. Could it be? Is it the meteorite that Team Magma took from Meteor Falls? Please, may I have it? I'm not asking for it for free. How about this in exchange for this TM? Sure, why not? This TM represents my feeling of gratitude. Please use it. Obtain the TN27. That is Return, which is a normal type physical move that does more power based on how much your Pokemon likes you. Oh, I can't believe it. This is really, really great. This is really going to help my research. Alright, well, with that, we have taken care of the one thing that I wanted to come back to Fallarbor Town to do. So we're gonna just head off in this direction through Route 113. I've gone back over various areas and trained up my team. However, I might as well get in a few little fights while we're at it. So let's have Urbosa quickly take out this Spinda, which is actually pretty good for special attack EVs. This is actually, I think, the best route in the game right now to be able to get special attack EVs. So keep that in mind. Okay, Urbosa. Got you up to level 26, and I did actually do a bit of EV grinding off screen. I went back to Route 101 to get Urbosa some much-needed speed EVs, so that's why her stat gain there might have been a bit ridiculous. And with that evolution, she's now pretty powerful, I'd say. Alright, and with Urbosa quickly taken care of, I'm going to swap her out of the front so that we can get Cujo to hopefully evolve. I also, off-screen, got all the items that I wanted to get from the glassmaker here, just because I only really feel that the blue, yellow, and red flute are going to be all that useful, and while I don't see myself needing the blue and yellow flute for this upcoming fight, the red flute could be particularly useful for the upcoming gym battle that we've got. But we'll save that for a bit later. What? Cujo is evolving? Yep, he is. We're gonna have practically a fully evolved team, at least for this point in the game. Our level cap is still 28, so I'm probably gonna hold off a little bit. Okay, now with those two taken care of, let's just swap the team around a little. And you know what? We'll have Shogo lead the way, since he's the lowest level right now. And you know what? Let's just use my Mach Bike to get through this a bit quicker. I forgot to pick up some more repels, so we're gonna have to deal with a few wild encounters, but I think we'll be okay. To just get back to where we left off, because I did bury Pika off screen. I usually don't do that, but I figure you've seen... I had gone on long enough and I didn't want to basically walk my way back to a Pokemon Center through a route that I hadn't cleared quite yet without a clear head, so I hope you guys don't mind that. And we're just going to go up here, talk to the woman at the cable car. Yeah, I guess I couldn't avoid my current run being similar to my first run, considering I lost a Pokemon to the same fight, to the same Pokemon, and the same move. Granted, in my original run's place, it was a magnitude 10 from Camera Up that crit, and I actually had a plus defense nature Machop, so it was a bit, I guess, bad luck on my part that that happened, but oh well, can't win them all. And actually, no, I said I wanted Shogo to lead, but I think just in case we run into a certain Pokemon in the grass here, because we can get something here in the Jagged Pass. And of course, it's not a Pokemon that I can use Thunder Wave on, so never mind. Gonna have to swap to something else. Question is, what? You know what? Let's send Lombardi in, just because. Yeah, I had a feeling that would be the move it would use. Let's do Peck. I don't honestly care if we... Okay, thank goodness that was... I mean, I know I was just saying that I don't care if we kill this thing, but might as well not risk too much. Let's just use a Great Ball. Alright, simple enough, I suppose. And I'm not gonna put too much effort into your nickname, because honestly I don't think I'm gonna be using you at all throughout this run. I mean, don't get me wrong, Camera Up can be good. It did just kill Pika, but I don't really foresee myself using using one in this playthrough. So let's just get through here. And we can see an item ball off that way, however, I will not get it. I will, however, tell you what it is in case you want to go through the trouble of getting it now. It is a nugget, so I'll probably grab that either when we leave or off screen, since I do plan to train. We've made our way here to Lavaridge Town, so we can quickly check out the Pokemon Mart just to see what we've got. Great Ball, Super Potion, bunch of stuff. Revives for the first time, not that I'm going to be able to buy them, since this is a Nuzlocke run. I want to also point out this woman right here. I have here an egg. I'd hoped to hatch it by covering it in hot sand by the hot springs, but that doesn't seem to be enough. I've heard it would be best if it were kept together with Pokemon and carried about. You are a trainer, yes, and your Pokemon radiate vitality. So what about you? Will you take this egg to hatch? I will not take it. While I know it's probably stupid to turn down an encounter in a Nuzlocke, I do not particularly like the Pokemon that comes from that egg. It is a Wynot that comes from that egg, which is more of a competitive Pokemon than a solo story mode Pokemon. It's really not useful against the AI in my opinion, so I'm not going to bother with it. However, if you want to get it, you can just pick up the egg from that woman if you have a slot in your party. I just figured I'd point it out. Hello, and welcome to the Pokemon Center. Okay, wait, I don't know why I was reading for Nurse Joy there. I don't really need to, since we see this information all the time. We're just going to heal up. And then we're going to go through the one thing that stands out about this town, and that's the hot spring here. Which, going in fully clothed, I don't mind, and a hidden ice seal here, so that's kind of useful. Although not particularly. Anyway, I do want to point out this building right here, which is the herb shop. Bitter taste for better cure. Basically another thing of healing items that are in some ways better than the items that you can get from the Pokemart. However, they come at the cost of lowering your friendship with your Pokemon, which is good if you're using moves like Frustration, but otherwise I don't really see a point. I'm just pointing it out just in case you wanted to take it on, wanted to check it out, and you know what? I know I keep switching around, but we're going to actually have Merc lead off here. Because this is the Lavaridge Town Pokemon Gym, Leader Flannery, one with a fiery passion that burns. It is a fire type gym, so you're definitely going to want a water type or a ground type or a rock type. And the whole gimmick here is going through these holes to get through this sauna of a gym and fight our way to the gym leader. Can your Pokemon withstand 392 degree heat? I'm sure they can. Or at least, I'm sure that Merc can. Not that you're using a Pokemon that would really require that. Well, this should be okay, I think. And that Supersonic hit was actually pretty lucky. And that miss from him was also pretty lucky because Merc has 4 HP and poor physical defense. You know what, let's send Shogo out, just so that he can get in on this. And that's gonna do a little bit of damage over and over again, but I think we'll be fine. Let's just, you know what, let's just use Slash. I could Swords Dance up to get a bit of strength going, but I figured might get lucky with a confusion hit, and we did, so that's good on us. And got Merc to level up once. Did burn hotly enough? No, it did not. Okay, what do you see? Okay, nothing there. Nothing there, and we came out of there, so let's check this room. Okay, nope. Nothing to come from that, so we'll go up this way. And now... Yep, I figured you would have an opponent. I'm trying to relieve my stress. Don't come along and stress me out. Well, this is basically just going to be what the point of the episode is. We're just going to battle these trainers, and I'm not going to actually challenge the gym leader today. I know that not much has gone on, but I wanted to just briefly point out that location of the return TM, because it's not something that you're ever really directed to do unless you talk to Professor Cosmo in Meteor Falls beforehand and think, maybe I should see if I can grab that meteorite after Team Magma or Team Aqua leaves Mount Chimney. But we'll be okay, I think. Just doing these gym trainers, and then I can get a bit more training done off screen just so that we're at the level cap of 28, because by my calculations, even with a level 28 tentacle, we might have some trouble in this gym. Not with the trainers, but with the leader. And I did not mean to do that. Let's see. Okay, no. And that. Okay, so I'm not really remembering this gym's the order of holes to go through just to get to the gym leader, but it's alright. We'll just go through here, follow it up, away there, and somebody here. Okay, I'll battle with you. I suppose while we're going through this, I might as well talk about my previous run a bit. Aside from Maxi being where I got my first death in both this run and that run, I did have a bit more of a struggle with Brawly back in my first run, because I had not managed to get a Talo to help take him out. I had actually gotten a Wingull, and while Wingull was better defensively for fighting Brawly, it doesn't exactly have the best physical stats to fight him. So I had to rely on a bit of a combination of the Wingull that I got and my starter at that time, a Marshtomp. Let's see, I think here... Nope, that was my mistake. Roxanne was no problem because I had chosen Mudkip, and as I had said before, Mudkip I always feel is the easiest starter to run with in the Hoenn games. Watson was also not much difficulty because I had Marshtomp and Mudshot, and the fact that Marshtomp was a bit faster and a bit luckier with the Quick Claw made him much more easy to use in that particular fight. So, though I will also say that I did have like a kind of freak out moment when Brawly's Makuhita actually nearly took out my Marshtomp, so that was, I guess, a bit of an eye-opener. But really, up to this point in the game, in my first run, it wasn't all that bad. Only one loss, and wasn't even a Pokemon that I really cared too much about because I hadn't really spent much time with it. Though, honestly, I would say I was a bit more miffed about how he died rather than him dying, because it was basically insult to injury with a magnitude 10 plus the crit. Okay, I think this might be it. And no. Or yes, it was. Okay. Well, I could challenge the gym leader Flannery today, but I feel like I've done a little bit enough for right now. I want to prepare and make sure that I'm up at the level cap, so I'm going to end things off here. I want to thank you all for watching. Until next time, stay gold.
Playback sequence terminated. Transmission disconnected.